Yo, what's going on guys? Ian77 here. In today's video we're going to be playing Xbow at mid ladder. Alright, so in this video I'm just going to try to show you guys kind of how to pass that mid ladder area. So we're like right on the verge of being a little bit higher on the ladder. We're at around 6,500. Alright, so we're facing this guy here. He's going to start off with a tombstone. And he does lava right away, so we're just going to Xbow in the middle. The reason I placed it like that was so that if he played like a loon or something behind the lava, it would still go for the Xbow and I could just kite it far away with a Tesla. Alright, we're in a bit of a pinch here. I think we should be able to defend with a Tesla plus Fireball though. Yeah, Ice Spirit gonna do just enough there. I think Ice Spirit's a bit better than Electro Spirit and Xbow just because that extra stun just helps quite a lot against stuff like Balloon here. This is a pretty decent matchup here. We just have to make sure to play really well and have really tight defense. We don't want to Xbow right away because I know he has Skelly Drags, which he might use on it, so I'm going to wait a little bit and then go with it. Alright, he will use his Skelly Drags here. We're just going to Archers a bit off to the side. Even though he was able to Fireball everything, it did take him like a little while to get the Fireball down just because of our interesting position of the archers, so we got quite a lot of damage here. Probably just need like we're just gonna Knight here just to take his tower. We don't really need to commit a whole Xbow just to his tower with only like a few HP left. Alright, and we might be able to like activate King Tower here if he goes with the balloon behind it. Yeah. I think many of you have saw this trick before, but it's definitely really nice to do when you're in a pinch like I am here. We're just gonna Archers here because the lava has a decent amount of HP, so don't want to take any risk. And we'll just get a really nice Fireball here, and our King Tower is gonna get activated. This matchup actually gets really easy once you activate your King Tower like that. Now there's really no way he's gonna break through our Tesla Archer's Fireball. We're already gonna have another set of Archers, so I'm not really too worried about the defensive end here. Just gonna Fireball it anyways, just to be safe here. Honestly, if you don't like lose your tower pretty early on against Lavaloon, it should be pretty good matchup for you. Just the versions with arrows definitely become a bit harder. We're gonna protect our Xbow with Knight here, because why not? And we're just gonna Archers, because it should finish them off pretty well here. And yeah, even with the Tesla nerf, it still feels like the Tesla deals with the lava pretty well here. When you combo it with like all the other little air defenses, it works out. GG. Alright, hopping in the next match, we're gonna be up against this guy. And we are at mid ladder once again, guys, so we don't really know what anyone has, so we just want to be a bit passive here. Okay, he does have Fisherman. Usually that does mean RG, but we're just gonna wait and see what he pulls out. It's always a good idea to split Archers once you have Xbow in cycle, or next up in your hand, because then you can punish with it if they go with something in the other lane. Alright, so he does have Bats, and Lumberjack, so at this point I'm not really too sure what he's using. Just gonna Xbow here, see what's happening. Okay, he does have Mega Knight, which is a bit unfortunate that we didn't have our Knight in cycle there. The Lumberjack will get a bit of damage, but I'm not too concerned about this. I'm gonna log there as well, just to make sure we finish off that Mega Knight pretty well. Yeah, he does have Fisherman, so I'm not sure if he has like a Balloon or like Battle Ram or Ram Rider. So we're just gonna wait and see here. We might just stack Teslas here shortly though, because even if he does have Balloon, we can just Fireball it to the side. I'm gonna Knight here as well, just to block the Fisherman. And we will go with an Xbow here, because I know he doesn't have Mega Knight in cycle, so yeah. Okay, he does have Lightning. I don't think it's Balloon at this point, just because that would be a bit heavy with Lightning, so we'll see what else he has. And we're always going to be chipping away with our cycle cards, because it is kind of difficult to break through, and they can just like Lightning log your Xbows or Mega Knight them. It was a bit of a shame that we weren't able to do too much in single elixir, which is usually the best time for us in this matchup. Alright, just gonna keep cycling Fishermans in the middle. We're just gonna Tesla here just so that we can Xbow pretty freely and not have to worry about any counter push here. I'm just gonna wait for his Fisherman to die. Okay, so he does have Ram Rider. Just gonna Knight in the back here. And we'll actually Xbow other lane, because I was expecting that he might go with Mega Knight there, so yeah. And I'm not too worried about defense here. The partial health Tesla gonna do quite a bit of work. We do have to watch out for the Mega Knight though, because our first Knight did die. Alright, he's gonna have to overspend with the Hunter there, so this Xbow might be able to get a lock before he can Mega Knight, but he does have a Ram Rider here, so we're just gonna chill a bit. Gonna Tesla here as well, because why not? I'm gonna get some Ice Spirit and Skellies as well here on the Lumberjack. And we are gonna use Archers too, just trying to defend our Xbow as best as we can, even though it only has a bit of HP. And we're gonna get a really nice lock out here. Alright, it could be a bit more difficult though as the game progresses, because now he's just going to be able to stack MKs in the back, and we can't really punish it as well. It looks like he is going to go Ram Rider. We do have to be careful of his Lightning though, because we know he has it. And we're just going to bridge block this MK so that he can't, like, tank for the Ram Rider very well. He will go in with the Lightning here, but honestly not the most value. All it really did for him was get a bit of chip damage. He is kind of clogging up the lane though. Maybe not the best archers there, but should finish off stuff. And yeah, he is blocking the bridge, so we can't really go with an Xbow here. Might as well just try to defend and see what happens. Gonna have to Ice Spirit this Fisherman as well. We are gonna go Xbow opposite lane just so that he can't build up quite as big of a push. He will go Mega Knight here. We didn't have Knight ready, but should be fine. Unfortunately, our Ice Spirit's gonna be in a bit of a weird position, so it didn't really hit almost any of the bats, but we are still looking pretty okay here. Just have to not be caught off guard by his Lightning. We have to make sure to stack a bunch of Teslas. I'm gonna log this. We were a second delayed on those Skellies, so his Lumberjack actually did get a ton of damage. He's gonna commit a Lightning though, so I'm gonna Xbow here, because he must be pretty low on Elixir here. Unfortunately, it is triple Elixir though, so we did get a Mega Knight down. Alright. So we're defending this Xbow pretty well. I'm just gonna Tesla up high here so that he can't Lightning the Tesla and the tower. And yeah, Ice Spirit also helps a lot against Ram Rider over like an Electro Spirit. And he's gonna Lightning there, so we're just gonna Xbow right away, because if he gets back to another Lightning, we're kind of screwed here. So just want to pressure a bit to hopefully get an Xbow lock. Alright, we're just barely gonna get it, so that should be GG's. Pretty nice win here against the ever so hated Mega Knight. Gonna give him a bit of BM. Alright, hopping in the next match. Against this man. Alright, so we do have Xbow in our starting hand, so we're just gonna split archers here. Not really worried about it. We can't really get punished too hard by that. And we are gonna get a nice king activation. Looks like he does have Xbow as well. I mean, Xbow is a pretty popular deck, so yeah. And we're gonna get a nice fireball here. I didn't really want to Tesla on it because he was really just stacking up units in front of his Xbow, so a Tesla would have just died pretty quickly. And we don't want to be too aggressive in this mirror matchup. We kind of just want to be a bit more of the passive one and take like fireball value when he gives it to us and just chip away with our logs and all of that stuff. And he does have Electro Spirit, which gives him a bit of an advantage just because on defense, like when we, or like on offense, when you have like an offensive Xbow and he tries to Tesla it, we can just like E-Spirit to finish off all our skeletons and chain onto everything. But yeah, and we are gonna Tesla here. We are gonna get it down a log as well, so got our Tesla to lock on his Xbow before he was able to distract it with Skellies. And as you can see, he's being a bit aggressive here, so our Archer was able to get a bit of chip damage, and if we just repeat this sequence a bunch of times, we should slowly start to chip him out here. We're gonna Ice Spirit first so that we can use Skellies on the E-Spirit, because I knew he didn't have Skellies of his own in cycle, so we had to overspend on that E-Spirit. Alright, so he's gonna split archers there. We're gonna split archers as well. We're gonna go in here. I wouldn't recommend going Xbow unless you have like archers down or something, just because it's a bit risky, so yeah, now is a perfect time. And we did manage to catch his Tesla with our Knight. I don't really think he has much for this, actually. He's basically basically has no elixir left. Okay, he does get a fireball down, but it still honestly did the damage before he managed to do that. We're just gonna set up archers here, readying ourselves up to go with another Xbow. The game's not over yet though, because we're only up a few hundred damage, so any little thing could happen here. Just gonna night block again. He isn't gonna Tesla here, and we're just gonna fireball his archer as well, because I knew he was gonna try to fireball my Xbow, so yeah. We actually had a perfect log there, so our knight just barely managed to get through instead of targeting on his skellies. Okay, he's gonna defensive Xbow. We're actually gonna defensive Xbow in this position. It won't actually target his Xbow, but the thing is it'll block up the left lane, and if he decides to go in the right lane, then we can just like fireball log his Xbow with a knight or something. Alright, so he's gonna get a pretty good fireball himself, but I'm just trying to be a bit more on the defensive side rather than aggressive, because we can kind of just, I mean, I'm still trying to be a bit aggressive to keep up the pressure, but we can kind of just defend here and just put some Xbows on the offensive side just to keep him defending rather than, you know, keep on attacking us. And our Xbow is gonna almost finish off his tower, so just fireball log range at this point. As you can kind of see, we're kind of in control of most of this game. He was being pretty aggressive, but we kind of had it under control the whole time and kind of just outplayed him there. GG. Alright, hopping in the next match. We do have Xbow next up in cycle, so gonna split archers here again. If you want to be extra safe, you can wait a few seconds before making the play to split archers. And we're actually just gonna Xbow here, because if we have archers on the field, we can't really get punished too heavily. And he is gonna go with an Inferno Dragon, but we caught it with some pretty quick skeletons, so we got a ton of damage here already. He could be playing like Lava or something. Okay, seeing the rage, this could be like Elixir Golem or something, not really sure what else has Inferno Dragon rage. Yeah, so he's gonna go with a battle healer here. Not gonna be the best matchup if he has like arrows and all that stuff, but the main thing you want to focus on is not feeding the healer with like your knight. So when they have like a big push, rather than like using a knight to block it, try to like use your ranged units like Tesla and archers and all that, and just get like a good fireball off. And we are gonna archers here. I think the E-Drag will splash our tower, but it is fine. We're gonna get a bit of an early log here. Maybe could have done it a second later, but okay, he's gonna have zap as well, so we might have to overcommit a bit here. Pretty solid defense nonetheless, though. I guess he subbed out like Heal Spirit or something for zap. Alright, so we're in a pretty good spot here. We don't need to be like too aggressive or anything. We kind of just like set up with a Tesla here. And he's actually just gonna waste the rage there. And I would always recommend prioritizing defense in this matchup. And since he did waste arrows and rage, we're just gonna go in because we do have that Tesla there protecting us. We're gonna Ice Spirit and also Skeletons, because I know the Tesla should finish off the Inferno Dragon here in a bit. And yeah, when you fully focus on defense, they shouldn't really be able to break through. You can kind of just like cycle multiple fireballs, get a bunch of Teslas and all that. And honestly, the E-Drag is the most annoying part, and when they get like double battle healer. So we were only able to hit his E-Drag there, but honestly I'm fine with that. Like, that's fine by me. That's like the main worry here. And yeah, we're not going to play our knight here, otherwise his healer would just get a ton of value. And we might play it here in a second though, just because you kind of have to block stuff from our tower, but as you can see, that was really easy cleanup there. And we're going to get another set of archers down, and he can't really do anything, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to get really nice cleanup here. He will go in with some E-barbs, but should be pretty easy defense here. And by the way, guys, I am a bit sick, so sorry if my commentary isn't the best today. Should be better in a couple of days, though, so expect some more good commentary in the next videos. Alright, hopping in the next match, we're up against this man, and we do have Xbow once again in our next card, so we're gonna split archers. I'm a bit more of an aggressive Xbow player, so I'm not afraid to go Xbow like pretty early on. And this guy does have archers and bats. Honestly, there's not really any meta decks that use archers besides 3.0 Xbow, so not too sure what he could be using. Gonna go with a high Tesla here so that his Skelly King doesn't get near our tower with the ability. And he does have Graveyard actually, but we're gonna get some archers back on the field again, so pretty good defense by us. And our knight is gonna get some good chip if he doesn't respond to that. He is gonna go with a late E-Wiz there, but honestly the damage was already done there, so we're in a pretty good spot right now. The E-Spirit would help a bit against Graveyard, though. This is like one of the few matchups where you'd prefer E-Spirit, but I think we should be fine. Okay, it does have Pekka as well, kind of strangely. And Archer, so I'm just gonna kind of let this Xbow die. I know I can't defend it anymore at this point. And we're actually gonna have a perfect defense here, so even though we didn't get any damage, I would still call it a success for us, because now we can cycle back to another Xbow, which we already have in our hand. And he doesn't have a Pekka in cycle for it, so might be able to catch him in an awkward spot right here in a bit. I'm a bit nervous about his Skeleton King, honestly. That's the only tough part in this matchup, but with him going Skeleton King Graveyard at the bridge every time, he's not really able to get a spell down on our archers, so they're gonna clean up pretty nicely here. He is probably already nearly back to another Pekka, but honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. We're already in like a solid spot right now, just because he went really aggressive early on and we got some good knight chip damage. And we're actually gonna Xbow in the middle here, just so that we can Tesla in the middle as well, kind of, and get some good value out of it. I wasn't really expecting this Xbow to get a lock though, so I'm just gonna let it die down and see what happens here. Sometimes you just want to Xbow just to kind of mess up their cycle a bit. And we're gonna get another Xbow down here. Gonna Fireball this as well. And we're gonna get a really nice Fireball there. Skelly King does have quite a bit of HP though, so it's not gonna die very easily. We're just gonna Tesla here at the bridge. I think he doesn't have too much for our Xbow. He is gonna go with an Archers, but we're gonna log it back and the Pekka, so we might get a tiny walk here. Yeah, we're gonna get like a few hundred damage, but that's sometimes all the difference. And we do have a Tesla alive at half health, so we're just gonna go in with another Xbow here. He's gonna Skelly King Fireball, but that won't be enough. Okay, it is going with some archers, but honestly, I'm fine with that. We made him spend quite a lot there, so not half bad for us. And he won't really be able to break through unless he spends like a ton of elixir on like some mini tank with a graveyard with a fireball. So as long as you just be patient, stack archers, get good logs off to kill his graveyards, we should be looking pretty good. Okay, he's gonna go with a prediction fireball there, but he actually missed our archers. So we're gonna clean up this graveyard really easily. I know this guy isn't playing the best, but I feel like a lot of you guys play against similar level players, so hopefully it's still good for you guys to see this gameplay. Alright, we're gonna get a huge push here actually, gonna get quad archers, double knight. He is gonna fireball, but our knight actually does get a couple more shots there on his tower. I think our knight actually did more damage this whole game than our Xbow did. It's kind of the MVP here. He is going to go with bats there, but they are going to go in front of the Skelly King, so not too much to worry about. Xbow does just keep getting those really small locks, and even though they only get a few hundred damage, they really do add up. And we're not really afraid to Tesla at the bridge here, because Tesla just does so well against Pekka, so it's going to DPS it down really nicely for us. We're going to get a second Xbow down as well. And Fireball on that Skelly King. I'm not really scared of doing that, because we already have so much on the field. We have like a whole wall of defenses. And our archers are actually going to sneak through there for a couple of shots. And yeah, pretty much GG. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy, and see you in the next one. Bye!